Wiper, part of the Community Economic and Social Development Department at Algoma University. I'm here today as an uninvited guest on these beautiful lands, otherwise known as Bawating, home of the Anishinaabe Nation. I'd like to present the Building Resilience Through Food Literacy video project to you today because food is such an important part of our identities, our language, our culture, our rituals, and the students have been lucky enough and excited to share their recipes and their traditional foods with you, in part as part of our understanding and vision of Chishimwok's idea of cross-cultural learning here at the university. Related to the importance of food, I'd also like to talk about this project in relation to Slow Food in Canada and Slow Food's motto of good, clean, and fair, that our foods are good for us spiritually, culturally, nutritionally, that they are clean, so we grow them in ways that are ecologically and environmentally sound, and in ways that are fair, so they are just in terms of economic, cultural, and environmental justice. I'd like to also take a minute to thank everybody who has been involved and supportive in this project. Thank you to Algoma University's Communications and Marketing Department, to the International Affairs and Experiential Learning Department, to our partners in the Lake Superior Living Lab Network, and our partners at Savonia University of Applied Science in Finland, who are part of the U-Arctic network that we're involved in. The students are so excited to share their videos and their cultural knowledge with you. I hope you enjoy them.
Hello, my name is Vanessa, and for today's video, I'm going to show you how to cook a Filipino dish called adobo. Back in the Philippines, adobo is a national dish that can be cooked in different ways according to geographical regions. Our first ingredient is a cup of pineapple, brown sugar, a cup of red or white onion, some black pepper, vinegar, minced garlic, 2 to 3 bay leaves. So we can do either chicken meat or pork meat. Generally in my family we use pineapple. In Bicol province where I grew up, you can find the sweetest pineapple in Daet, Camarines Norte. Traditionally, adobo is a process of cooking and not a recipe. The Malay voyagers, when first landed in the Philippines, used a lot of salt and vinegar in preserving food. This is long before the invention of refrigerator and before Chinese traders arrived. Also, the availability of producing coconut vinegar is common in the country and it's called tuba. It is derived from the sap of coconut tree. Another version of adobo that we can do is the adobo de los naturales, or adobo of the natives. Here we're going to use pork meat and we're going to use salt instead of soy sauce. Now let's start heating up our cooking pan. Gradually, I'm going to pour in some coconut oil. In cooking adobo, we use lots of garlic. This time, I'm going to use half a cup of garlic. Let's saute it until golden brown. And then I'm going to add in a cup of red onions. Traditionally back home, the way we cook is we don't usually use measurement. Instead, we use our intuition or we rely on our palate. And that would be according to the one who's doing the work. For our next step, we're gonna pour in our chicken meat and gradually stir it for 1 to 2 minutes. After sauteing, I'm gonna pour in my soy sauce. In the historical context of the Philippines, Chinese traders came in the Philippines and brought in soy sauce, one of the ingredients that can replace salt. However, in those times, only rich people can afford to purchase soy sauce because of its high value. Next, after the first boil, I'm going to cover the pan. And we'll let it simmer for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you can open the lid. As you can see, the meat had blended with the soy sauce. So let us now pour in a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And lastly, we can add in our bay leaves and black pepper. And here is my version of adobo from Bicol, Philippines.